We have major breaking news right now. JPMorgan is officially predicting a recession in 2025 in this year because of Donald Trump's tariffs, because of how badly the market is reacting. The Dow Jones dropped 2,000 points today. Folks, that's only happened 4 times in American history. The S&P 500 lost more than $5 trillion worth of value. Investors are nervous, investors are scared, and they're conducting mass sell-offs right now in the stock market. And JPMorgan, one of the largest banks on Wall Street, is now predicting that the United States will enter a recession this year. Now, what that means for you, that means that there will be layoffs at jobs. That means that the hiring market will slow down. That means things will cost more when you go to the grocery store, when you go to buy electronics, when you go to buy a vehicle. We're not there just yet, but we're very close. And it looks like we're going to get there. I'll provide you updates every step of the way. I'll do a full breakdown on my Substack, linked in my bio at the top of the link tree. So please go check that out and follow along for all the news you need to know about.
24 hours. Just 24 hours after Donald Trump imposed his tariffs on 180 countries, the stock market faced nearly a $2 trillion wipeout. You heard me correctly. $2 trillion wipeout, making it its worst day since June 2020 during the pandemic. No, seriously, this is the biggest one-day drop in nearly 5 years, making it historically one of the biggest stock plunges. The data that I'm about to read off to you is coming from NBC News, okay? So, Nike stocks fell 14.5%, Lululemon 10%, Ralph Lauren 16%, Amazon 8%, Walmart 10%, Target 12%, Decker's brand 15%. And if you're thinking that is just American retailers, oh no. We also have oil drilling brands such as Valerio Energy. They dropped 15%. Every American brand that decided to have its operations or have its manufacturing warehouses in other countries so that they could save and cut costs and cut corners and be able to take advantage of the labor or lack of labor laws in other countries is all feeling it right now. They all feeling it. Because had these American brands been American-based, as they should have been, they wouldn't be dealing with this. Their investors wouldn't be feeling this. But because they wanted to take their business overseas so that they could exploit the lack of labor laws in other countries, now their business, it's taking a hit. And to be honest, I hope that these tariffs actually start to reverse some of the normalized social constructs in American society, such as materialism and overspending. Now that China is dealing with a 34 to 54% increase on tariffs, that iPhone that everybody swears they just need to have the newest version of every single year that it comes out just went from $799 retail price to $2,300. I want to see you justify spending that much money on a fucking phone that only has 2 new features. Now that people are having to deal with a couple extra dollars in duties fee, not everybody is going to be worried about having the latest foreigns for school. High schoolers can now actually go to school and receive an education. I don't know how well of an education that's going to be considering under this administration. However, it's no longer materialized superficial bullying. If a kid doesn't have a pair of Pradas, everybody is going to understand why. We in hard times. No more buying a brand new outfit for every fucking event. Do you buy new clothes every time you start a new job? No. So why do we have to always buy a new outfit for a fucking party? Normalize re-wearing the outfit. I never understood why you was trying to make people feel bad for wearing the same thing. Like, I'm trying to get my money's worth. The encouragement of frugalness. No longer hyping up, spending and blowing all of your money at the club or at the strip club for what? For Instagram? No, I think not. Maybe we could finally go back to judging people based off of their character and not off of the things that they have or don't have. You guys can't even keep up with the fake shit anymore because DHgate is going to get hit with duties. AliExpress is getting hit with duties. So it doesn't even matter anymore. Like, what's the point of you keeping it up? But just to get back to it, losing $2 trillion in one day is crazy. It's crazy. I can only imagine how some of these investors are feeling right now. I can only imagine. I want it to be known. I want it to be made known to the public so that I can enjoy the fact that their greed is the reason why they're losing their money. Again, like I said, had these businesses been operating in America like it should have been and not overseas where they can exploit workers and they can exploit the lack of labor laws, they wouldn't be dealing with this. But because they wanted to try to maximize profit at the most minimum amount of effort. You understand? Now look at this. They're losing money. They're losing money. They're losing money faster than they can relocate their businesses. Like, what is he hoping to accomplish with the initiation of a global trading war? Huh? The beginning of another Great Depression? Like, I don't understand, but we all gonna just tune in and find out together.
Well, these days are gonna be crazy. Like, these things are not made up, you know. I don't know what Trump was actually thinking about when he imposed all these tariffs on this greater number of countries. Like, he thought they were not gonna, like, repel back, you know, and it surprises me, and I'm still getting surprised by, you know, these MAGA people that said they voted him for a better economy, they voted him for stabilized in, you know, prices of food items and other accessories, you know. And here we are, the same guy you voted for a better economy, he's now imposing tariffs on these countries that literally brings, you know, goods and services at a very, very reduced or affordable rates. And now because of the imposed tariffs, they have to repel back too, you know, they have to repel back. And now it's literally making prices of goods and services to be exponentially higher than what it used to be. Like, he's still literally trying to plunge the economy into recession, which is evidently gonna happen, right? This is crazy. Crazy times, guys.
Imagine if I had done any of this. Let me I just want to be clear about this. Imagine if I had pulled Fox News' credentials from the White House press corps. You're laughing, but no, this is what's happening. It's unimaginable that the same parties that are silent now would have tolerated behavior like that from me, or a whole bunch of my predecessors. I say this not on a partisan basis. This has to do with something more precious, which is, who are we as a country and what values do we stand for?
Include the fact that Donald Trump's plans for the economy would accelerate inflation and invite a recession by the middle of next year.
Increase inflation, and by the middle of next year would invite a recession. Increase inflation and invite a recession by the middle of next year.
A recession by the middle of next year.
To a recession by the middle of next year. Recession by the middle of next year. Recession by the middle of next year. A recession by the middle of next year. A recession by the middle of next year. A recession by the middle of next year. Recession by the middle of next year.
Yesterday, Trump declared a 10% tariff on all imports coming from all countries, literally fueling a global trading war. And every time news about these Trump tariffs come about, I cannot help but think about that damn woman that was on this damn app talking about how she's voting for him because she wants to be able to afford groceries, how she's in her kitchen counting slices of cheese because she wants to make sure that her daughter has enough for the rest of the week for lunch. Do you know how much more expensive groceries are about to become now? If not, let me put you on. All European goods now. All European goods, olive oil, cheese, wine, all of that is going up. The price is going up. So if you was paying $20 for a bottle of olive oil, expect to pay $24, $26 now. Same thing goes for seafood. You thought that was being produced here? No, it's not. It's coming from places like China, Vietnam, Indonesia, Taiwan, all the shrimp, the prawns, all of that. Yeah, that's where it's coming from. 80%. 80% of our seafood actually comes from there. Just to give you the percentage and the numbers. That's also going to go up. And you already know seafood is expensive. So all your seafood boils, all those restaurants that y'all like to go to, yeah, it's about to become even more expensive. Produce. Where does that come from? We're not growing that like that over here. It comes from Mexico and Canada, who have already been hit with tariffs on top of this one. And also, Trump warns that if they decide to hit us back with the tariffs, that he's going to hit them back with even more tariffs. Yeah. So your proteins, your seafood, your fishes, and all of that is going to go up. Your dairy, your cheese, and all that is going to go up. Your produce, your vegetables and everything, it's going to go up. All of it is going to go up. Every last one of it is going to go up. And guess who economists say is going to feel the effects of it the fastest? Guess which group of people are going to feel the effects of this increase in groceries, the increase on every good that's being imported here? Because let's be honest, America doesn't really make quality shit, right? Guess who's going to feel it? Low-income families. Economists say low-income families will feel it the most, the fastest, the worst. And y'all voted for him because he said he was going to make the grocery prices low. Extra $2 here, extra $4 here, extra $8 here, extra $10 there. That all starts to add up, especially when it's being applied to every fucking item, damn near every fucking item in your cart. Before, you only had to worry about maybe your eggs, your milk, dealing with the inflation prices. Now everything in your cart is gonna cost you an extra $5 to $10. Every item.
Guys, the days are becoming darker. Like, it's unbelievable that the lower income bracket groups are the ones that are going to be affected the most, and they are the ones that actually voted for him. Here you are trying to defend him, saying that he's going to stabilize the economy. Where is he, and when is he going to stabilize the economy, right?
Donald Trump's tariffs has the stock market in a fucking frenzy right now. It's over there wreaking havoc, okay? It's wreaking absolute havoc. Every country that is on that list that got hit with one of Donald Trump's tariffs, whatever United States business, owned business that is operating in those countries, their sales, their stock is dropping. It's dropping now. So Donald Trump decided to hit China with a 34% tariff, right? He hit Vietnam with a 46% tariff, and he hit Taiwan with a 32% tariff, right? The problem is American-owned companies such as Nike, Vans, North Face, Timberland, Decker, Steve Madden, they're the ones that's taking the hit. They're taking the hit. In this morning's trade alone, Nike stocks dropped 13%. Vietnam is the second largest supplier for UGG and Hoka, which is the parent company of the Decker brand. Their stock, the Decker brand, their stock dropped 15%. 15% this morning. Okay? VF Corp, which is responsible for the brands like North Face, Timberland, Vans, JanSport, yeah, they dropped 20% this morning. I also want to note that we rely here in the United States, we rely heavily on Vietnam for our furniture. 56% of American furniture is outsourced. It's imported. We don't make them here. When I say we about to feel this in every way possible, it's not just in the grocery markets. It's not just in corporate. It's not just in the federal buildings. We gonna feel it in every way. When Kamala Harris told us that these tariffs that Trump was going to impose, that it was going to affect American wallets, y'all should have listened to her. Elon Musk's AI tool literally just stated that it would have voted for Kamala Harris and not Donald Trump. So Grok, an AI chatbot that is owned by tech billionaire Elon Musk, was asked a question by an ex-user on who would it have voted for between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, and it chose Kamala Harris. Mind you, Musk was actually Donald Trump's biggest supporter, or arguably one of his biggest supporters, dropping $300 million in support for Donald Trump's presidency. Reading from the article, when asked by an ex-user who it would have voted for in the 24 elections, U.S. elections, if it were an American citizen, Grok responded, "As an AI, I'd lean towards voting for Kamala Harris in 2024 based on data-driven analysis. Her platform, $6,000 child tax credit, $3 million affordable homes, 40% carbon cut by 2030, targets economic relief and climate action." The chat box continues to go on and says that it did not believe that voting for Trump was a good idea because Trump's tariffs and mass deportation could raise prices and disrupt communities. Harris's consistency on abortion and gun control also stands out versus Trump's flips. And apparently Grok's answers was recorded a day before Donald Trump did his whole Liberation Day sweep of tariffs. So basically, your own invention says that the $300 million that you used to invest in the other candidate was a waste of fucking money, and proves to be correct considering how he has now tainted the entire reputation of your business. Congrats.
Chatbot is predicting doomsday. Like it's crazy. That card is ahead, people. Like, people need to live within their means. People need to strat well because things are gonna get really, really expensive. So if you're used to overspending on things that are unnecessary, if you're very materialistic, this is the time to cut down on such things. You need to make sure that you get the basic necessities. You need to make sure that you save the little money you have, and you need to diversify your portfolio if it means to save as much money as you can and cut back and going out to restaurants to eat. You can cook. In short, it's cheaper to cook and it's healthier to cook, right? This is not the time to blow your spending out of proportion, especially when Medicare and other health stuff are very expensive, right? So live healthy, eat healthy, so that you wouldn't have to be bothered about how you're gonna carve out of your pocket, how to pay for your hospital bills and all of that. Reduce on that spending. Make sure you save the little dollars you have, because dark days are coming ahead. So guys, this is not the time to be, living above your means. Just like I said, right? This is not the time to live above your means, right? And the unfortunate thing is the majority of the lower class brackets are the ones that voted for Trump, thinking that he was gonna, make the economy stabilize. He was gonna make groceries to be affordable. Meanwhile, the opposite is what is actually happening. Like, how much more could you do something totally against your own interest? Is baffling. It's really crazy. Right before our eyes, everything is literally unfolding, right? When people keep saying no, recession is not gonna happen, recession is coming one way or the other. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to see the writings on the wall, right? Things are gonna get really bad. So whatever you have going on for you, you make sure that you save, cut down on those unnecessary stuff that you buy literally all the damn time, especially Black people. We like to shop. I like to shop too. We like to shop. We need to cut down on that, and it goes out to every other person, not just Black people. White people, Black people, other people of color. You need to watch out and make sure you cut down on your expenses so that you wouldn't be caught unawares as soon as the recession dives right deeper than the way it is now, because this is just the tip of the iceberg, right? Guys, thank you for stopping by. If you like this content like this, please do me the honor and subscribe, and always come back for more videos. But don't forget to drop your comments in the comment section. Have a great day.